This video is for those who are new to design, or at least new to designing t-shirts or different products on print on demand. I'm going to show you 5 different tips that can help your design on RedBubble and hopefully get you more sales. Let's go. Hey guys, this is Juno with Detour Shirts. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 different design tips to help you get better sales on RedBubble. Now I know design isn't everything on RedBubble, but it definitely can help you get some sales and help you stand out. These are 5 tips for those who are new to RedBubble or maybe are on RedBubble and not getting many sales. I'm going to share with you some designs that I see on RedBubble, and then I'm going to kind of upgrade them or tell you what to do different on there to help you get some sales. And again, these don't guarantee sales, but I think it will help you level up your design so that you can compete with everybody else that's on there on RedBubble. So let's get into RedBubble now, and I'll show you the examples and then what I would do. So here I am on RedBubble. I'm at this shop called Zulucent. Thank you so much for Zulucent. A big shout out to them for letting me use their shop. The shop has some really good examples of some good designs, but also some good examples of what a lot of RedBubble sellers do. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to use all the examples from this shop to help everyone, I think, that does the same kinds of things as this for new designers. You can see this person is just started September 2022. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to show you my 5 tips in relation to these things. So first tip is this, and that is to use patterns on the right products. So here's a pattern from that shop, which is a really nice pattern. You can see right here, but it doesn't make a nice poster like this. Like nobody will buy a poster. Well, I don't think anybody wants a poster just of a pattern. And there's some other products that really don't make sense. So let me show you what I mean. It works on a lot of products though, like mouse pads and bandanas and pets, and even the skirt looks great in patterns. But a sticker, I would take it off with a sticker. When someone sees this as a sticker, as a floral pattern, they're gonna pass right by it, because what people use stickers for mainly are for water bottles and laptops and things like that, and they don't want to just put a pattern on there. It doesn't say anything, it's just a pattern. But patterns work great for a lot of things on RedBubble, so I would keep them on most of these. Take them off of stickers, take your patterns off of artboards, framed art, probably not. Make sure you do the right thing for your postcards. I think it could work on postcards, but you can see, of course, duvet covers, of course, pillows, of course, shower curtains. So keep them on all of those. But one thing that happens is if you put it on a sticker and it shows up as a sticker on your shop, or when people are looking up patterns, they'll just pass it by, right? So make sure that you put patterns on the right thing. So no magnets, but journal covers and notebooks, but mainly stickers, magnets, and what did I say? Art, or this one that we did right here, wall art, right? Poster doesn't really match there. So if you're gonna make patterns, make sure you use them on the right products. That's tip number 1. Real easy. I think a lot of times we forget and just put it on everything, but go through and look on what products make sense to have patterns on. Tip number 2 is very similar to tip number 1, and that is to use square designs on the right product. So we're still matching the design to the product. You can see this design works really well on the bag, but let's take a look at some of the other products here, all 66 products. And the reason why you want to put the right designs on the right products, again, is if you show up in a search and people see this, they're not going to want to buy that shirt, right? It looks great on the mouse pad, but on t-shirts, it kind of doesn't look great, right? So we're going to scroll down all here. The sticker, again, I would stay away from the square stickers. I don't think this giant square of a sticker is great, but you can see it doesn't work well. I like the square design. Doesn't work well on the phones because it's a tall rectangle. The things that it does work on is a Canva print, right? Because it's filling the whole space. That metal print looks great. That poster actually looks good. The coasters look great, right? So just take a look, scroll down, and think about what people would use this for. The bag could work because it's a square, but I don't think it looks awesome there. And you can see anytime it's on apparel, it just having it cut off like that is not something that you want to do. So go through and figure out which one looks great. The spiral notebook, I think that looks great. So if you have white lines here or white lines on the top, that looks like it wasn't meant to be on that product, right? So be careful with that. To just look through all your products, and this will help you hopefully get more sales, because more people won't pass by when you put it on different products like this and it shows up in the search. When people are looking for coffee time and they see it on here, they're like, no, I don't want it on a shirt, right? So if you have it on the right products, they're more likely to buy it. So tip number 3, again, is the right size or right shape for the right product. And in this case, I want you to use circle or kiss cut shapes for stickers. So you can see here, this sticker again is a square shape. And if we look at stickers on RedBubble, it's usually a circle or this kiss cut where it goes around, just kissing the edge, right? Take a look at how many times you see a straight square. Not very often. There's one right there. There's one kind of, not really, but it's kind of kiss cutting the text on below. You can see that one, but it has a lot of, it's going in and out, right? There's one. That's a license, so that makes sense. But usually when you have a design in there, it's cutting around it. So these are, or a circle, unless it's a card, right? So not very often are you gonna do square stuff. So circle and kiss cut mainly, right? So that's what I would do with this one, is you can easily do it around here. So let me show you. I'm gonna go into Canva. I'm gonna take this design and I'm gonna update it to make it look like a kiss cut, and I'll show you the difference. So here I am on Canva. I don't have the exact, I found the cat on Canva, but I didn't get the exact font, and this is kind of the raise. So you can see this is the square sticker. This is what we saw on RedBubble. I'm gonna say take out this background and just have the cat there. And you can see there just the text. And another thing that you could help with your design is to make this just a little bit different, right? Have it stand out. Always think of ways to make it stand out. So this is what I did. I took the heart here and I just found it here with cat lover, right? I think I did cat lover and did graphics. And then I found like that heart right there, put it in here with the cat and everything. Now I'm gonna download this and make sure that it have a transparent background, and then when it's a sticker, it's just gonna cut around the object, around the letters, and I think that would make a lot better design for a sticker, especially when people are putting it on a mug or a water bottle or a laptop. And let me show you the difference side by side. So here are the two designs side by side. Here's the square and here's the kiss cut. You can see a little bigger and you can read it better. And it has that heart. Another thing that I left out is this says cat lovers, which means everybody, but this one says cat lover, which is more personal. This is my sticker. This is my water bottle. I am a cat lover. I'm not part of the cat lover. So make sure you think about who's using this design, who's it for, and what it means to them, right? So I think designing it this way will give it a better chance of making a sale because of the kiss cut, because of the extra graphic to make it stand out, and because we're making it more personal, cat lover instead of cat lovers. So tip number 4 is to make text big and easy to read. One of the things that a lot of new designers do is try and stuff all the text in it inside of a t-shirt, and makes it really hard to read. So there's an example of one. You can see, you can barely read this in the thumbnail, but it says, I love cats because I enjoy my home. Home is the place where the cat lives. Now, when you have a t-shirt, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, you want to have text that's easy to read, so when people walk past you, they can get it right away, like 3 seconds, right? If somebody's walking past you, they're not going to be able to read this much text. So what I would suggest is to only use about half of this text. I think we can still make a t-shirt that says, home is the place where the cat lives, and I think we'll get that message across. I'm going to show you how I would do it in Canva, how I would move things around. We're going to use the same thing here, same design. I'm going to try and copy this and then show you how I would move things around in Canva and then change it up so that it stands out more. So here's a copy of what I saw here on Canva. You can see the text. There's so much text. I found the graphics here. So we're going to use the same graphics that was on that shirt on RedBubble, and then we're going to use this text, and I'm going to use the same font exactly too. So this font is more sugar, and this is what I did. So I put this to the side so that now I can say home is the place where the cat is, and it can read like this. If you don't see the place, home is where the cat is also, right? So be sure that it works both ways. If I did home is the place where, and then the cat is here, it would sometimes read home is the cat is, which is weird, right? So make sure it reads home is where the cat is. So people might take that out, and then use the right colors. I took the colors from this right here, same color as the bucket here and same orange as the cat and things like that. And I just move things around so that it fits that tall square, right? We're trying to fit that tall square. So I had some things, use some of the ideas from this one where I'm using the effects, right? In here, where it's the background color, and then I put some pause that's real easy to find on Canva. So you can still kind of get the same feeling from this one, but now when this is on a t-shirt, it's a lot easier to read. I also did another one just to show you some of the differences, how you can do this even more different. I got a different cat here. I have home is. People love using the vintage sunset, so I use the vintage sunset here. And home is the place, again, where the cat is. So it could read home is where the cat is if people don't use the place again here. So I'm using the colors here from pink and black and white, and then the rainbow or vintage sunset colors here. So this could work as well. So let me show you both of these. I downloaded these and put them on t-shirts on RedBubble, and let me show you what they look like side by side so you can see the difference. So here they are all side by side. Here's the original one. You can see very hard to read, but now that I made the text bigger and just used that bottom sentence, this is a lot easier to read, and so is this. This is a lot easier to read. So the reason why I put it on black is because more people like black t-shirts, so think about that as well. But just looking at the thumbnail, if these were coming up in the RedBubble search results, you can see this is much easier to read than this. People will pass over this because they can't read it. Maybe the graphic is strong enough, but a lot of times it's not strong enough because people can see other graphics on other t-shirts. So having the text big enough, easy to read, use the right fonts where it's easy to read, I think it can stand out. So think about this when you're designing your t-shirts, is to make the text big, bold, easy to read, and fill that space. We're going to talk about filling the space in the next tip, but I want you to think about that all the time when you're doing your t-shirts. You can see it's a tall rectangle, and even though I use different graphics here than this one, I'm still filling the space. So tip number 5, as you guessed it, is to fill the space, that tall rectangle space on a t-shirt. So here's an example of one that could be better in filling the space. You can see here, it's kind of, there's still a lot of space here. There's space right there, there's space right there, even if they made it bigger, but this one is smaller, and so it doesn't fill up that whole space. So let me show you what I would do on Canva to fill the space. So let's go to Canva. So here it is on Canva. I found the same graphics that were on the RedBubble one. And you can see on this is my 4500 by 5400, which is a really good indication of where the space is. So you can see there's space here, there's space here. I'm gonna move things around so that it fills the space just a little bit better and maybe add some graphics. So this is what I did. I made the thing bigger, the graphic bigger. I turned the battery so that it's horizontal this way, so it kind of gives that line to fill the space, and I added 2 lightning bolts instead of just 1 to fill that space right there. So you can see the difference. Not filled space, this one is a filled space. Now you can do it in black too, so I changed the color to black and changed the color to match a black background. So I took the color from this battery here into the lightning bolts. You could also do it in a different way. So one thing I did is I took out the text here that we can do it. I just went into Photopea, cut it out here, just drew a line right here and cut this whole thing out so that you only have the girl. And then I put big text in here we can do it and then girl power underneath in a banner without the battery. So you could also do it this way. You can see this also fills the space. So two versions where you may want to just do this with some text, or if you want to get a little bit more different. The nice thing about Canva is you're going to want to change the stuff as much as you can so that people can't copy you. This one was really easy to copy, right? Because I found this, and all you have to do is put those two together, and somebody else could really do that, right? But it takes a little bit longer to cut things out. It takes a little bit longer to type your own text and find your banner and things like that. So by doing those things, those little extra things, it will make your design stand out from what somebody else could be doing, right? And then again, putting it on a black t-shirt. So let me show you how these three look. That we can do it in black. This one here, just with the lightning bolt, and the original one on t-shirts. So here's what all three look like. Here's the original one. You can see a little smaller and there's not enough space there, or not filling the space, which is okay. I think this one still looks pretty good, but here we are filling that space. Maybe this could be a little smaller, but you can see I'm filling in that white space here. I'm filling in that white space here. So it kind of works together as a t-shirt design, right? Same thing with this one. You can see very clearly that it is the tall rectangle t-shirt design, right? So I think these work just a little bit better than this one. So that's tip number 5, is to try and fill that space when you can. Make sure that your text is easy to read, which it is too. And I think those two things can really help you design a nice t-shirt. So those are your 5 design tips for RedBubble. If you're struggling on RedBubble to get a sale, you may want to look at these. These are the 5 tips again. Use patterns on the right products. Use squares on the right products. Circle or kiss cut for stickers. Make your text big and easy to read. And then fill in the space of the t-shirt, that tall rectangle space. These are basic tips that could help you make your designs better and hopefully get you more sales. Like I said, design isn't everything, but it can definitely help you get more sales and stand out when people are searching for your t-shirts or other products on RedBubble. If you want to learn how to get your first sale on RedBubble quicker, click on this video right here. I made this one for you. Even more tips for RedBubble so that you can get some sales this year and start making some money online. Thanks again for watching. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.